Yes. Sit down and let's see what's happening in the crazy, crazy world of what's going on today. Let's see.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. We pillage, we plunder, we rifle and loot, drink up me hearties, yo ho.
Of the in Greenland ice sheet affects
Definitely no.
I've got a vagina.
What in the fuck?
And they also degunked the fold of my fupa.
Well, good afternoon, folks. I guess we're just going to have to watch me today. Just nothing on. We've tried. It's just not working. I don't know what to tell you. I think, was Bruce Springsteen always a beige? Was he always one of those people? But I don't know. I remember like he had 57 channels or 56 channels and nothing on. I hate to even bring him. He looked kind of like Megan Rapinoe, an old version of that with some moobs on an image I seen when he was in concert. Remember when he fell down? Anyways, Bruce Springsteen sucks now. Vivek Ramaswamy, like with this whole spending bill thing, he walks away and he comes back and says, "I got it fixed." 75 words. I think it's 75 words. He wrote it out. Pretty much was like, here's what you do. Let's just not add anything to it. Let's just, we're going to write this out like this. We're going to just continue this things as they were, this, that, and other. And he even said, I don't like it. I don't love it. This still, we've got a massive spending problem on hands. But with this, the way this is wrote out, at least it's not stacking anything else on, making it worser. I'm going to use bad grammar today because we just can. I've got to. We're going to dig into this. I've got the documents. We're going to roll into the documents. So with that, no further ado, let's roll into those documents. Well, I'm sure all you guys have already heard about that whole spending bill thing, and it was just full of pork, which is funny. It's like a slap into the face of the Muslims. They're not porkaholics. And the Bloods and the Crips too. They're like, we don't eat that pork. Strangely enough, if thinking about that now, it kind of reminds me of time whenever I was incarcerated in a state correctional facility, and one of the guys that I knew really well, he was a leader of a gang. And I'm not going to give any names out in case one of you guys are watching. I don't want you to put a hit out on him, but I read some of their Bibles. I think he was a Blood. Or, I can't remember. He was one of those. And their Bible talks about, it's based on a Quran, which is based on some stuff, which is some things, but it's real Muslim-y. But long story short, when you're in a gang, especially like Bloods or the Crips, they kind of operate on the same system. They don't eat pork. They can't say certain words. They can't say donut. They have to say onut. And they refer to cops as pigs, but I don't even know why I'm even talking about that. But okay, so pork's in these bills. Vivek Ramaswamy, he was running for president whenever Trump was running for president. This was all strategic though, because this was a way for Vivek Ramaswamy to kind of get his brand out. I think this was no accident, knowing good and well that he wouldn't be able to win presidency because one thing, he just, he's a little bit young, which is we don't want to be too old. We got Trump, he's pretty old, but he's pretty cool too though. He kind of defies age. He's like, no, age all is just up in here. Trump's in really great shape. Managed to hold up pretty well through all the lawfare and the stressful situation. I don't know how he did that. I have no idea. But anyways, Vivek Ramaswamy on Wednesday recently X'd. Those who frequent the social media platform X witnessed one of the most heartening spectacles in American history. Led by ex-owner Elon Musk and former Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy, tapped by President-elect Donald Trump to co-direct the new waste in a bureaucracy-slashing Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, in order for Americans to conduct a massive pressure campaign that will help to get rid of a ghastly federal spending bill, more than 1,500 pages in length. This is what they brought to the Senate floor. Of course, our wonderful House Speaker was like, let's just see if we can get this thing to pass. We're trying to get home for Christmas, as Thomas Massey predicted a few months ago. It's like, God, this is going to be right back up in front of us in the middle of the Christmas holidays, and people are going to just more than likely vote on it and pass this terrible thing that's going to really inflict a lot of damage to the country. We all found out recently that the spending bill, was trying to provide a like some kind of like congressional pardon, where like, through this bill they would be pardoning or giving immunity to a lot of really bad players that dealt with the pandemic and other things. I'm like, whoa. And money to allocate to just really strange organizations and protect a bunch of people that were just involved in some possible alleged criminality. And then money just to go out the window, money for everything, money for nothing, and chicks for free all day long. But amid the campaign, Vam Swami posted on the X a 75-word example of a proper pork-free continuing resolution. And as I quote the Vam Swami, yes, it is possible to enact a simple one-page continuing resolution instead of a 1,500-plus page omnibus pork fest. Here it is, Vam Swami tweeted, an example provided with the struck of the termination date for the prior appropriations bill and added on March 14th, 2025. Yes, it is possible to enact a simple one-page continuing resolution instead of 1,500-plus page omnibus. This is this tweet. And it says right here in quotations of the HR, mark further continuing appropriations for fiscal year ending September 30th, making further continuing appropriation for the fiscal year ending September 2025. Reading the thing. Be it enacted by the Senate and House of Republican Representatives. I'm terrible at reading. Third grade education, guys, doing the best you can. All right, so representatives of the United States, America, and Congress assembled. And Section 1, short title. The act may be cited as further continuing appropriations of Act 2025. Section 2, this is 2 sections. The Continuing Appropriations Act in the 2025 Division A Public Law 118-83 is amended by striking the date specified in Section 106.3 and inserting March 14th, 2025, which pretty much just says, okay, look, let's just run it out like it is. Leave everything alone for this time being. Let's not add anything, and we won't take anything away. Can we let this, that way, this will avoid a government shutdown. And, yes, you're not going to get all your stuff, but really, come on, guys. And the neat thing about social media is that it provides an active way. This is me thinking off the cuff. It provides an active and real-time way, because media used to only have a one-sided mirror, if you will. Media like CNN, MSNBS, all these corporations, Fox News, everybody had a one-way mirror. They could see you, but you couldn't see them. Technically, you couldn't comment or relate back to these. These people get on their tweets. And the ones that are man enough to stay on X instead of defecting to the diddler site of Blue Sky, like Joyless Reed, but you can interact with these people, and you can your opinions. Hey, you suck. This is stupid. You're lying. We understand your gaslighting. You're like, oh man, dang it, I'm not approved by the people. I can't pad myself amongst false narratives anymore. Because used to their hubris would just outweigh any kind of sensible thought process going, this is stupid. Nah, it's cool. I'm famous. Do whatever I want. Say whatever I want. I'm toting the load. I'm making millions of dollars. I've got a nice Lear jet. But anyhow, check this out. So this is the Donald Trump. Trump announces success in Washington, calls on all Republicans and Democrats to vote yes for the new government spending bill. I guess everything's been kind of rewritten. This article just came out a little bit earlier this afternoon. I'll read off real quick what is going on. The New American Relief Act of 2024 will keep the government open and fund our great farmers and others and provide relief for the severely impacted by the devastating hurricanes, which were totally not geologically modified. Thank goodness that didn't happen. Right? And the bill also suspends the debt limit for 2 years, which President Trump demanded in a statement Wednesday, which means we're not raising the debt limit. That means, we're not raising the debt limit. Every time they turn around, they're raising the debt limit. Why do you even have a debt limit if every time you turn around, you're going to raise it? I'm thinking off the cuff right now. And in my opinion, it doesn't make any sense that this is our debt limit and this is what we're going to spend. But then as soon as they reach that debt limit, let's raise the debt limit. What is this thing, like metaphorically debt limit or representative or theoretical or ceremonial debt limit? I mean, what is this? That's like, I'm not going to borrow any more money from you till next week. my friend of mine that is always loaning me $3.50 for whatever, $3.50. Anyhow, a vote for the previous bill fund government, which was expected Wednesday, would postpone conservatives, came out in March, which was postponed by conservatives, came out staunch opposition. And like I say, everybody opposed to it except for the Republican House Speaker. He's like, let's see if I can't make this happen here. You know, I don't know what's up with that Speaker Johnson guy. That's really, really strange to me. But the previous CR would put the swamp first, not everyday Americans. And see, this is what the spending bill needs to be for. It needs to keep the government open so that it needs to, a good government, fund the great farmers that are providing our food that's not modified like stuff, and others to provide relief to the people that have been impacted by natural disasters on our own surface, our own country. That'd be nice. We've got some big stuff popping off, like California. Things like this. I mean, California, for instance, dude. I mean, this is strange, but squatters take over a former senior care facility in Los Angeles. I know it's L.A., it's Sanford, it's California, it's Navin-Goosum's area. But what's happened is there was a senior care facility which housed mostly Asians. But that's neither near nor not Asian, but Japanese American residents, until its corporate owner Pacifica evicted them in 2021 to make way for market rate housing. But 3 years later, construction has yet to begin, leaving families of those who evicted wondering why their loved ones were evicted in the first place. Because there's nowhere. I don't know. I guess it's hard to say what happened with those people. But what's happened now is they're being overtaken by homeless people, and probably the Tri-Diagua gangs, the ones that are conglomerating in Colorado and other places. They realized that Colorado started kind of cracking down on those people. Certain areas did. And so now I'll bet you that a lot of them are finding refuge in some of the more blue state areas that are going to be super sanctuary cities, if you will. This is going to end up very strange. Or better yet, it's just a way for them to consolidate their underground military. Like, what if they're like, okay, we'll arrest some people, and then they'll move, and they'll find where they can seek refuge, and all these people will come together, and then this underground secret military that's been coming across the border illegally will kind of form up and be something to be reckoned with. And I just often wonder about a lot of the food processing plants and derailments and different things like that that's taking place. Power grid attacks and all. But that's quite interesting if you ask me. Another thing that's quite interesting is the breakdown of society and the fact of how people just aren't qualified to make, like when it comes to voting. Let's think about this, guys. When it comes to voting, to be honest with you, I think it's probably a good idea. I mean, I don't want to, say that anybody doesn't have the right to vote. That's not a citizen of the United States. But I think that people need to be more educated and just in general. What I'm going to show you real quick is this is either. I hope this is a fake video. I hope this is a troll. I hope this is just somebody making a funny video. But this could be real. This could be what some of the intelligence level of citizens that we're dealing with that put their name on that line and fill in those bubbles and circle in them squares and all that stuff that actually make some of the give politicians their power to rule over us, to deem themselves dictatorial. But this woman right here is about to lay it out. What's up with Trump? Here you go.
Trump has literally been our president for over a month now, and he hasn't done anything. Like, I am still seeing Biden do it all. Like,
I haven't seen Biden anywhere, but whatever.
Over a month now. What has he done?
This is
so freaking confusing.
Yeah.
And why isn't he at the White House yet? Biden.
What the world is up with this? She's got kids. I don't know. I'm guessing those are her children in the back making that noise. And so, I hope that, when it comes to instilling your knowledge as an adult to raise a family of people who, somebody needs to tell her. I don't know. Maybe she should read her comment sections after posting that video. Like, lady, I don't think you understand. She's the same lady who was pissed off about January 6th. Just January 6th. People. Well, do you know why they were there? Yeah, that was we're there to, the lady, let's just, we got another one of those things. We got another, it's called an inauguration. So, but I'm hoping that's just a troll video. Maybe, sometimes I get got by those. It's just somebody making a troll video, but I don't know. Anyhow, I just wanted to bring those couple of articles out to you and have a little bit of fun, and want to thank everybody for hanging out and the new subscribers. So if you, we'll be back out soon. We're going to catch us live maybe Friday or something and hang out with everybody and get in the comment sections and have a good time, because we love doing that. I love doing my lives. I love hanging out with you guys, reading the comments, and sometimes people bring me stuff to say, hey man, did you hear about this? And we'll research it in live in time, and it's a lot of fun, man, just hanging out with you guys. But we've just been really busy here at the shop, and so thank you very much for everybody's engagement, all the love, all the support, and I will see you guys soon, and have a wonderful rest of the day. Peace out. Bye.
Acid would increase the level of the oceans